Welcome to MKD Education. Myself Satish Dhar, ELTL expert. In this class, we will discuss about another method of electrical power generation from nuclear energy. So, as you know, we have discussed in our last classes that electrical energy is the most essential energy for us, and we are using randomly electrical energy. So, this is the another method for your electrical energy production, that is your nuclear energy. From the nuclear energy you are getting electricity. So you know that your nuclear bomb, you have listened the word or you have listened about nuclear bomb. What is that thing? After exploding the bomb, when the bomb destroyed, then huge amount of energy is releasing, and the huge amount of energy is destroying all the surrounding. But here we have tried to extract that heat for production of electrical energy. So this is our outcome. With the completion of the class, we are able to understand the concept of power generation from nuclear energy, how your power is getting out from your nuclear source. Then what are the components present? You can explain that different components present in your power plant. Then the advantages and disadvantages. You can enlist the advantages and disadvantages of the nuclear power plant with other power plants. Then you can select the area where you can choose, or you can choose the area where you can construct that nuclear power plant. Okay, so let's start our class. So this is your general diagram, or you can say schematic diagram of your nuclear power plant. In the last classes I have drawn your diagram of your thermal power plant as well as hydroelectric power plant. So this is your nuclear power plant. The components are just similar to your thermal power plant, but there are some difference. One is nuclear reactor present here, another one is your heat exchanger present here, and the rest part is same as your thermal power plant. So what is your nuclear reactor? The reactor, a thing where your reaction takes place, means your nuclear reaction takes place. Okay, so the concept behind that, how you are getting energy. So your energy is here, in your alternator you are getting energy, and before that your turbine is present, which will only rotate the alternator, and before that your valve, steam, other are present. So here heat exchanger and nuclear reactor is present. So what is the principle of the nuclear reaction? What is the principle of nuclear reactor, or what is the function, or how you are getting? Now thing is that in your nuclear power plant, as it is comes from your nuclear energy, so you can see here in the nuclear power plant, the thing is that it is your energy is getting out from your nuclear energy, and this is the same power plant where you are generating power. So you know nuclear energy, here what happened, now one nuclear is present, or you can say that is your uranium 235 or thorium 232 is present, and it breaks into two particles, and again this is breaks into your again two particles, and this process is going on. So this is called your chain reaction. This is called your chain reaction. And with the chain reaction, what happened? A huge amount of energy is releasing, huge amount of heat is releasing. So the process of breaking one nuclear into number of nuclei, and the same small nuclear again it breaks into its numbers of nuclei, this total process is known as your fission reaction. Fission reaction. With that fission reaction, you are getting huge amount of energy here. and that energy is in the form of your heat. In the form of heat. That huge energy in the form of heat. So your uranium, it's breaking into number of nuclei, and the uranium now it's converted to your heat. So your requirement is electrical energy. So in your nuclear power plant, what happened? Now this heat is utilized to convert your water into steam. In your thermal power plant, what happened? And the steam, generated steam is strike upon your turbine blade. Same work is done here. But that work is governed by your fission reaction. When the fission reaction takes place, it breaks into number of nuclei with your release of huge amount of energy. The fundamental thing is this one. So breaking of nuclei into number of nuclei with the huge amount of energy. Then what happened? Look at the diagram. So nuclear reactor is there. Inside the nuclear reactor, this process is carried out, and it is getting huge amount of energy is getting out. So this huge amount of energy or the heat, it is transferred by your hot metal. Hot metal is present which carries the heat, and this hot metal will flow inside the heat exchanger. What is the function of heat exchanger? It just exchange the heat, just transfer the heat, the convert the heat to other form. So in your heat exchanger, the hot metal heat is getting exchanged to or getting transferred to your cold water. Okay, so this total arrangement is like a boiler. Your nuclear reactor, heat exchanger, if you combine those things, it is just similar to your boiler of your thermal power plant. So you are putting water here, feed water pump is there, you are putting water, and the hot metal will transfer, hot metal will flow inside the water, and finally you are getting your steam. Okay, and then what happened? Now after getting transferred the heat, the hot metal will again, it will cool, and again it will feed into that nuclear reactor. Okay, so this is one process of hot metal flow from nuclear reactor to heat exchanger, again through your pump it is getting into nuclear reactor, and the process is going on. Again it will heated and flows inside the heat exchanger and produce the steam. And what the steam? After producing the steam goes through your valve. A regulating valve is there. You have to put on and off, and the steam will come to your turbine blade, and turbine blade rotate. Consequently, what happened? Your alternator rotates. Then the steam, after getting into turbine, it also gets out, and whatever the steam gets out, this is called your exhaust steam. The steam will exhaust, it will getting out, and that exhaust steam needs to be condensed. It needs to be condensed means its temperature, it is required that the temperature should be reduced, and that hot steam will get into hot water. Its temperature reduced and it comes into hot water, and the cooling tower is present. It will cool that steam, cool that water, not steam, cool that hot water. It is just similar to your thermal power plant system. So water will flow like a stream, and naturally it will cool, and then you put the water into river, or again you circulate the water in your heat exchanger. In generally, the water is, after treatment, the water is put into the heat exchanger. So the treatment water is converted to steam, and again it will convert it to water. So it is better to put the water again into your heat exchanger. Okay. So these are the component. Nuclear reactor, heat exchanger, then turbine, condenser, then cooling tower, then alternator. So another thing is, the important thing is your nuclear reactor. Okay, this is the first thing as well as the important thing for your nuclear power plant. So what happened here? Look at that. This is total your nuclear reactor system. Okay, so you can see there are numbers of things. One is pressure vessel, then control rod, then coolant flow, coolant, then steam outlet, water inlet, then circulating pump, then moderator, then reactor. Everything is present. Okay, so Let me explain. This part is known as your reactor. Is known as your reactor, means where the reaction takes place. Where your reaction takes place. Okay. So this is your reactor. Inside that your reaction takes place. For the taking of the reaction or the process, you require energy uranium or thorium. Here I have taken your uranium. Okay. So these are the uranium are present, and with the two uranium or in between the uraniums you are adding your one moderator, that is graphite moderator. So what is the function of the moderator? To slow down the process, to reduce the speed of the reaction, because this is a chain reaction. One breaks into two, two breaks into four, four breaks into eight, like that. So when it breaking takes place, it will the process is very fast. Okay, so you have to reduce the process, you have to reduce the speed, or else you cannot control the whatever the explosion is there, whatever production of heat is there, you cannot control. So for better control, you have to put on moderator. Like you have seen whenever you are going in a road, or you are riding your bike or riding your cycle, you can feel you can have that humps or speed breakers are there. Okay, and these speed breakers are called your, here the speed breaker is called your moderator. Okay, so this is your speed breaker or moderator. Okay, then another thing is there, one control rod is there. So what is the control rod? Which control the reaction, which control the process, is called control. So here for their better controlment, here one thing is there, it is also slow down the process, and for again slow down you are using control rod. That control rod is of cadmium metal. Okay, so what happened? Now when this rod is like that, you have to just push the rod and pop the rod. Whenever you are pushing the rod, then it will capture maximum number of nuclei. So the reaction slows down. Whenever you are popping the rod, the capturing of nuclei is less. So reaction is fast. Okay. So then what happened? Now whatever the heat produced, that heat goes to your, like in this way the heat flows. Whenever the heat flows, it will come to your another chamber where water is present. The inside the inlet is your water inlet is there. Water present, and that water gets heated, and finally you are getting output steam. Okay. Then steam is for our useful process, for useful work. Okay. Then after that, the coolant will flow back to your reactor. After that, the coolant will flow back to the reactor, and again it will heated by your reaction. Okay. So I am drawing one diagram how the control rod control the process. Okay. Look at the diagram. So if this is your pressure vessel, if this is the pressure vessel, you are having your uranium like that. In between the uranium, your graphite is present. Again uranium, and again graphite. Again uranium present. Like that, again you put the graphite, or like that. The process is like, and the control rod is like that. The control rod is of this much of length. In the first step, what happened? You are pushing the rod. That means the rod will be present like here. Your graphite, and again graphite. This is your uranium, and again uranium present. Okay. So the rod will be you have pushed the rod. So the area of contact will be here more. Here the area of contact will be more, whatever the area. Then you are popping the rod, means taking out the rod. So this is graphite, again graphite, and this is your uranium. This is the uranium. Okay. So the rod is you have pumped the rod, means now you find that the area inside the chamber or the area whatever present for your reaction is more here, and here the area is less. Now you can say here the chain reaction is more, chain reaction, or it is your fusion reaction. Fusion reaction, here it is your less chain reaction because the area of contact is more and it have absorbed whatever the uranium present, it have absorbed more number of uranium. But here the absorption is less because the area will be less, so here more reaction will be there. So here reaction will be more, here reaction will be less. So in this way you can control your what? Nuclear reaction process or your fission reaction. With your graphite also present, this is your moderator, this is your cadmium for your control rod, and this is your graphite. So two control rods are there, two controlling systems are there by the help of graphite, by the help of control rod. Okay. So these are all about the process, these are all about your systems. So then comes to your choice where you can build your power plant. Okay. So as you know, this is your nuclear system, as you know, this is your what? The process is very dangerous process, but for everything there is having your certain systems, there for everything there is having some area. If you put the system in between that area, so safely you can proceed with your process. So look at that. Here cooling systems are there, and from water to steam should be from water to steam conversion is there. So for that thing your water availability must be there. If there is water, less amount of water availability, or the water will not, you cannot get water for your total 360 days, then it will slow down your process. Okay. Second thing is disposal of radioactive material. You know your uranium, thorium, these all are radioactive material. So after processing your reaction, after completing the reaction, whatever the waste particle will comes out, you have to dispose that waste particle inside a deep sea or a place where this will not hamper to your mankind or your society. Then distance from population. Why? Now if we will not construct the, or if we will construct the plant inside a populated area, if due to some cases some hazardous will be there, then you cannot control or you cannot save your human life or your living lives. For that thing, it should be constructed from far from your population area. Then proper transportation facility means carrying of equipment, carrying of your power, carrying of your manpower, everything. So this should be present in a suitable area. Okay. Then your advantages and disadvantages. Before that, you can think that whatever your advantages and whatever your disadvantages. So for everything advantages is there and disadvantages is there. But our motto is to produce a huge amount of power. So what is your advantage here? Now from a little bit of your source, you can get huge amount of energy. Okay. So one data is there for your 1 kg of uranium, it is equivalent to your 4,500 kg of coal. 4,500 tons of coal. You cannot say kg, 4,500 tons of coal. So which will be easier to carry? Your 1 kg of uranium or 4,500 tons of coal? Obviously 1 kg of uranium. So this is first advantages, that your less amount of fuel is required for your production of same amount of heat or same amount of power. Then land cost also means requirement of land is also less. Then economy for bulk power generation means if your requirement is a high amount of power, then with a simple with a small amount of fuel you can generate high amount of power. So it is your for your bulk power generation it is very much economical. Then operation is also easy if we will obey or we will go through your proper steps. Okay. Then what is your disadvantages? The cost of fuel is more. In India we are getting coal in a cheap rate, but for the uranium and thorium we have to depend upon our foreign countries. So the cost of the fuel is more, and capital cost is high because it is a radioactive element. We have to construct the system in such a manner that it will, in every aspect of your time or in every aspect of the system, it will save for our human being. So proper system we have to adequate where we have to maintain proper system. So the capital cost is high. Then radioactive pollution, I have said already, the pollution whatever the material after disposal or after completing the process, whatever your waste material you are getting, it should be properly disposed. So waste of your radioactive pollution may be happen if you are not taking the proper step. So adequate protection should be required for that. So these all are about your nuclear power plant. So with the classes you can understood whatever the methods for generating electrical power from hydro, from nuclear, from thermal, everywhere it has completed. Then these are the key points whatever we have covered. So first one is the introduction of your power plant, then schematic diagram, then your choice of site, advantages and disadvantages. This is the most important content of your nuclear power generation, of your power generation. So these are some important questions. This may be coming in an exam. Briefly explain about nuclear power generation. Then function of nuclear reactor. This is the most important thing. Short note. It is coming regularly in your semester exam. Then what is your fusion reaction? It is your fusion reaction. 2-mark question. What are the fuel required for nuclear power plant? It has already covered uranium and thorium. Then modulator, requirement of a modulator, why it is used in a power plant. Then function of control load, these are your controlling process and controlling systems. Then advantages and disadvantages of your nuclear power plant. Okay. With that, I have completing my classes for your power generation. Hope you have understood, and for your preparation of notes, you can follow my notes. You can follow the website for your better understanding, and keep with us. We will help you for your succeed. Thank you.